After 27 years in real estate, I've helped buyers and sellers just like you navigate the South Jersey Shore market. My family's roots, they go back 4 generations. This gives me an insider's understanding why people dream of owning their own little piece of the shore. Sand between our toes, sunshine, and the ocean waves, they're all therapeutic. Hey everybody, I'm JoAnn Donahue with JoAnn at the Shore. In my last video, I answered 5 of the 10 questions buyers and sellers ask me most. So today, we're tackling the remaining 5. These are the questions that tend to come up once people get serious about making a move. Questions about timing, contracts, what's attorney review, how does that work, investment properties, and then one of the biggest pricing mistakes I see sellers make. So let's jump right in, shall we? Question number 6 of the remaining 10. Is spring really the best time to buy or sell here? Well, generally speaking, spring is a very strong time to sell at the shore. Buyers are thinking ahead. Summer is coming. People want to be settled. There is an energy in the market. That said, spring is not automatically magic. A poorly priced home in spring can still sit. A well-positioned home in another season can certainly still sell. So I don't like giving blanket answers without context. For sellers, spring can give you the advantage of more buyer activity, without a doubt. For buyers, spring can give you more inventory, but it may also mean more competition. So the better question is not always, is spring the best time? The better question is, what is your goal? Do you need speed? Do you need the highest possible price? Do you need certainty? Do you need time to plan? Are you buying and selling at the same time? A lot goes into this. Are you trying to be in before summer? Timing matters, but timing does not replace positioning. The best time to sell is when your home, your pricing, your presentation, and your life circumstances are all aligned. The best time to buy is when the right property meets the right budget and the decisions make sense for your situation. Real estate is not just about the calendar. Goodness gracious, it's about your life. And that is why the answer is rarely one size fits all. Okay, question number, do I need an attorney for a real estate contract in New Jersey? Well, in New Jersey, you are not required to use an attorney for every real estate transaction, but you absolutely have the right to use one. And many people do. In South Jersey, residential contracts are often prepared by real estate agents like myself using standard forms. These forms are designed for real estate transactions written by real estate attorneys, and the details are filled in based on the buyer, the seller, the property, the price, the terms, your inspections, the financing, and any other special provisions that come up. Some buyers and sellers still choose to have an attorney review the contract, and some don't. That decision belongs to you. My role is not to tell you whether you should or should not hire an attorney. My role is to make sure you understand that you have the right to do so and to help you navigate that process. And if you do want an attorney, I always recommend using someone who understands real estate and how transactions move here. Because real estate is not just paperwork. There are timelines. There are inspections, negotiations. There are lender deadlines, title issues. There are personalities. Oh, and sometimes there are moving parts that need to be handled quickly and clearly. So, no, an attorney is not always required here. But if you want one, that is your right. And having the right guidance matters. Now, what's the next question? What is attorney review and how does it work? The attorney review is something many buyers and sellers do not fully understand until they are already in it. not a good time to get it. In New Jersey, when a residential real estate contract is prepared by a realtor, there is typically a 3-day business day attorney review period after both parties sign. During that time, either party's attorney can review the contract, request changes, approve it, or they can cancel it. If attorney review is completed and agreed upon, the transaction moves forward under the revised or approved terms. If nobody acts within that 3-day attorney review period, the contract can become binding as written. This is why it's important to understand what you are signing before you sign it. Even though attorney review exists, you do not want to treat the contract like it does not matter. It matters. The price matters. The dates matter. The inspection language matters. The financing terms matter. The deposit matters. The contingencies matter. Attorney review is not something to fear. Absolutely not. It is simply part of the process. But it is one of those parts of the process where timing matters. So if you plan to use an attorney, you want to be ready. Do not wait until the last minute to decide who to call. Ask me, or if you have one, have that conversation early. That way, when the contract is signed, you are not scrambling. You are prepared. And preparation tends to lower stress. Imagine that. Real estate without a little less drama. What a concept. Okay, question 9. Can I still find a good investment property at the shore is another good question I get. The answer is yes, but the word good needs to be defined. A good investment for one person may not be a good investment for someone else. Some want rental income to help offset the expenses. Some want a long-term hold. Some want a property their family can enjoy for years. Those are all very different goals. And on the island, rental potential can be strong depending on the location, the condition, the property type, and seasonality. Beach proximity matters. Bedroom counts matter. Parking matters big. Outdoor space matters. The condition of the place matters. Rules and local regulations matter. But island properties also tend to come with higher purchase prices and higher carrying costs. On the mainland, towns like Somers Point and Northfield and Linwood, Galloway and Egg Harbor Township, and others may offer more square footage, lower purchase prices, and different ownership costs. But they may not offer the same rental demand or seasonal upside as an island property. So again, the question is not simply, is this a good investment? The question is, good for what? Once you know what you're optimizing for, we can have a much better conversation. Because buying an investment property without knowing the goal is like, it's like getting in a car and saying, okay, just drive. Well, okay, but where are we driving to? Here's question 10. What's the biggest pricing mistake sellers make? Well, the biggest pricing mistake sellers make is believing they can test a high price and simply lower it later if it does not work. And I understand why sellers think that way. I told the viewers in the last video, I actually thought that myself when I first started real estate. It sounds safe. It sounds reasonable. It sounds, let's just try. But the market does not always give you a second chance at a first impression. But you cannot recreate the moment when the most motivated buyers first see your home fresh on the market. That first impression matters. Trust me. And here is something I say often, and I just get people looking at me. You cannot really price a home too low because the market will not let you. Now, let me be clear. I am not saying to give your house away. What I'm saying is that if a home is truly priced below where buyers believe it should be, the market usually reacts in a very positive way. Buyers notice, activity increases, showings increase, interest increases, and sometimes, yes, sometimes competition pulls the price up. I'm not saying that's a strategy. I'm saying you cannot price a home too low. But when a home is priced too high, the market also reacts. It just reacts differently. Instead of pulling buyers in, it pushes buyers away. And most buyers do not make low offers on homes they are not interested in seeing. They simply just move on. You may think buyers will just make an offer. They won't. But how will they make an offer if they never walk through the door? How will they fall in love with the house if they never schedule a showing? How will they negotiate if they have already decided the price does not make sense? Overpricing is not a strategy. Folks, it's a gamble, and we're not in Atlantic City. And the market will eventually tell us whether the price is right or wrong. The question is, do you want to learn that in the first week while the listing is fresh and buyers are paying attention? Or do you want to learn it after the listing has been sitting and buyers are starting to wonder why? That is why pricing matters so much. Not because we are trying to be the cheapest. No. Because we are trying to be positioned correctly. There is a big difference. So, my final thoughts on all of this is the more you understand what the market is telling us, the better decisions you can make. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, downsizing, or simply exploring your options, clarity has a way of reducing uncertainty. And when uncertainty goes down, confidence tends to go up. If you're thinking about making a move and would like to talk through your situation, I'd be happy to help. No pressure. I promise. No sales pitch. Just a conversation. You'll find a link below to schedule a complimentary 15-minute discovery call. I'm JoAnn Donahue with JoAnn at the Shore, and I will see you in the next one.